Hey guys, check this out. Okay, I got alerted on Facebook by one of my friends, Sweetleaf505, who YouTube channel, and Scott from Planet X News posted a vid today. I think it was today, but anyway, this is a capture. Maybe he posted it yesterday on 12/14. Yesterday at 11:09 UTC, just one screen capture. This is from the stereo ahead Core 2. So here's his vid, Scott's vid, and this is where the stereo ahead Core 2 satellite is. So as you can see, it's at the. So this is a great catch. I mean, I got to give a shout out to Scott on Planet X News, and I'm giving him full credit here. There's this video, which you can check out, and I'll link in the description box. So there's stereo A, here's stereo B. Of course, we haven't been getting any images from there for years, but we're still getting data from there showing up on the NLIL. So for whatever reason, we're getting data but no images. But anyway, this is the satellite Core 2 that took this image, and it was only showed up on one image, 11:09:35. These images go in 15-minute increments. So there's 10:54, 11:09, 11:24. So you can see it doesn't show up. And as Scott pointed out on his video, this is Mercury over here. So what I think is, and here's the L, this is where the stereo ahead satellite resides, at the L5 Lagrange point. There's the stereo B, stereo behind. Of course, that's the L1, that's where Ace and Discover sit. But my take is this has nothing to do with what we've been noticing on the MLSO and Big Planet crossing Ace on 10/16, October 16th, and maybe a couple moons as well. But to me, this looks like it's pretty close to the stereo A Core 2 satellite. And, well, for one thing, it looks close. To me, they both look close. And another thing, they only appear for one time anyway within this 30-minute period. I'm sure they was there for much longer, but we only get images every 15 minutes. But if you bracket it out, it's not in 11:39 or 11:24 rather. It's not there. And it appears at 11:09, and then 15 minutes prior at 10:54 it wasn't there. As Scott pointed out, there was some missing time. Those are straight 15-minute increments there. But they got some time missing between 8:39 and 9:54. That's about all I saw. Anyway, if you want to figure out how to do this, just go to this NASA.gov stereo science center, put 512 on the resolution, click Core 2 ahead, put your start and end dates in, 2018 12/14 times 2, click on images, and then hit search, and then you'll come up with the long string for everything for that day. And there it is. That's how I found it, to double check. Now here's Ace for the last 6-hour plot and the last 48-hour plot. We've been getting some data gaps. This shows you the data tracking, Ace ground station tracking plots. So we've been getting like about 1 hour gap there, and about an hour and a half gap there. So we got two objects that have been presenting themselves recently and giving us data gaps on ACE. Here's Discover while that loads. Not really showing up as much on Discover though. We're getting a little bit of a gap, but I had pulled all this stuff up prior to seeing that Planet X news video. I was thinking of making a video anyway. Solar wind speed, as you can see, this is the last 24 hours on Discover. It's way down. Density has been fluctuating quite a bit, which is odd. The interplanetary magnetic field connection has basically been all above 180 or the new 180 220, because as you can see, Discover changed the phi angle from 0 degrees to 360. They changed it to 40 to 400 because we're getting so many backside connections, and many of them were above 360. There you saw 377, 365. But anyway, so we got pretty much straight up solar connection, interplanetary magnetic field connection with Nemesis behind for the last 24 hours. Here's the last 24 hours on ACE. Give you the last 3 days, even the last 7 days. Well, it was pretty much fluctuating up until the middle, up until about the 13th. And then we started moving more into a straight up backside connection. So I think during this period, Earth was pretty much in between. We were getting an up and down, back and forth connection between Nemesis, the Earth, the big planet in front, or planets that passed ACE on the 16th, and our sun. The interplanetary magnetic field connection was bouncing back and forth, and you can see this is the last 6 hours on ACE. You can see it's still bouncing back and forth, but not as much. And there's the 2 gaps I just showed you on the data collection. MLSO, I looked at yesterday's too. It was about the same as this. It looks like they didn't strip as many layers off, so we're not getting to see as many of these objects. But I think some of these objects are probably causing those data gaps, the data transfer from ACE out here at the L1 Lagrange point, 930,000 miles in front of the Earth, and the Earth ground tracking stations. So there's a couple objects in here somewhere that are interfering with ACE's data delivery to the ground tracking stations. As far as this goes, I mean, they've been killing us on missing time. Here's the latest missing time. That's today at 03:36 UTC, 12:14. You can see how it's got a whole bunch of energy piling up around the planet. Even got the purples and stuff in there. That's what it looks like on the Z cut, or Y cut rather. That's the equatorial cut. That's what it looks like on the Z cut. And then you click it one more, it goes to 1736. So we got 14 hours of missing time there. When it comes back, we still got a whole lot of energy behind the Earth and still quite purple around the planet there. Click it here, that's what it looks like. Got a big discharge going on with polar cap field lines getting all scrolled around and looped way out here. This is 100 Earth radii here, so this is 400,000 miles behind the Earth, and you can see these polar cap field lines which became closed. So I mean, just extrapolate them. Maybe they're going out like this and they're looping all the way back to the planet for them to be red. And here's what it looks like on the Z cut. Got a big discharge. Now this is all we've been getting. If you watch these numbers up here, the solar wind speed, and I think that's why they've been sanitizing these runs, and we're getting all these blocks of missing time, getting like 13-14 hour blocks all the way through this run. I don't have time to show them all to you, but that's why I haven't been making any videos, because the solar wind speed hasn't really been up that much. So I think whenever they see it go up, that's when they take it out. That's a sure tell that something's going on. So I'll pull this one through so you can see it. If you watch close, you'll see all the missing time pop in there. See, there's 14 hours there. Well, there's 12:03, 4:03, 4:05, and this is on, I think this was the last one I showed you on the last video, and that was a couple of days ago. So that's how much missing time we have. It this 300 frames takes us all the way back to here. So there's from the last video I made onward. So then it goes to 12, and then it jumps to 17 from 13. So that's 4 hours missing time. And we go from 1920 to 1921 to 2130. So there's another 2 hours of missing time. And there's a big one, December 12th, 23 UTC, 23:12 UTC. It jumps all the way to, okay, it didn't. Okay, there's the big jump. So we got 12:13, 28 UTC, and then it jumps to 14:58. So there's another almost 15 hours of missing time. There's some more. Okay, there's another block of missing time. 20:58, 21 to 23:32. So there's 2.5 hours of missing time. And every time we get it to come back, you're going to always see a big discharge. But I noticed on here, every time there's going to be missing time, we're getting a whole bunch of energy piling up in front of the planet. And unfortunately, I don't have enough time to show you on this video, but I'll try to drag this through for you for the rest of this run so you can at least see this one. It's the most dramatic. And the same deal down here with these energy radiation belts. A lot of missing time pretty much corresponds to the missing time up here. There's another big chunk. That's today, 3:28, 3:36, 17. There's 14 hours. So you can still see all the stuff piling up in front, the interplanetary magnetic field lines. What else can I show you? Okay, now here's geospace. This is the same data we're getting from ISWA, from these GOES 13, 14, and 15 satellites that roll around here on the 22,236-mile geosynchronous orbit. Same data is being projected here, just in a different format. This is the Y-cut, the velocity. Yesterday it was bumping all the way out to 20. That's as far out as I've seen it. And we were getting a lot of waves, fluctuations in velocity rolling through, but I didn't think that was enough to make a video on. Same with the density, that was bumped way out to 20, which is the farthest I've seen it. I've seen it go out to 19. And basically the pressure's was much less than this even yesterday, and this got bumped pretty far out to about 20. So we're in some kind of an equilibrium, I think. That would be my take right now, but we have a strong backside connection established once again with Nemesis. We're getting all this missing time, which is, I think it's just to disguise all the extra solar wind speed that's been developed around the planet from Nemesis. And that's Nemesis solar wind speed because it's being recorded by these geosynchronous satellites. Nothing coming from ACE or Discover, which are way out here at the L1, L2 Lagrange point. So let's take a look at this image once again. And once again, shout out to Scott. I know I don't agree with too much of what you say, but definitely got to give you a shout out on this one. All right, God bless, peace, and I'm out.